We start this Monday at 4 o'clock with a man in custody, now accused of stabbing 4 people this weekend in separate incidents along Denver's 16th Street Mall. Thanks for joining us for 4 o'clock at 9 News. I'm Tom Green.
I'm Kim Christensen. 2 people were killed and 2 others hurt. At this hour, we're waiting on Denver police and Denver Mayor Mike Johnston, who are holding a press conference about what happened. That's scheduled at 5 o'clock. We'll bring that to you live when it happens. Before that, 9 News Investigates is working to find out more about the victims and the suspect in this case. Investigative reporter Jeremy Hahola joins us now. And Jeremy, you found the suspect has multiple pending cases, including assault.
Yeah, that's right, Kim. I mean, these violent attacks that happened over the weekend here along the mall are certainly raising a lot of questions about safety and the unknown motive of the suspect. In the meantime, we can clearly see this suspect was already on a dark path for several years within the state's justice system before he was arrested for murder. A jail jumpsuit Monday morning, Elijah Caudill, age 24, appeared before a judge as the suspect accused of stabbing 4 people. The stabbings occurred randomly along Denver's 16th Street Mall on Saturday and Sunday evenings. 2 of the victims died, including flight attendant Celinda Levno, who was staying in Denver on a layover. We looked into Caudill's criminal history, and it shows a troubled past full of multiple arrests for assault and criminal mischief. At age 18, he was arrested for stealing baseball cards. The case was eventually dropped, but the charges got more serious from there. In 2021 in Adams County, he was arrested for threatening a gas station employee with a knife. In 2024, we count at least 4 arrests, 1 for groping a woman at a detox center. 3 more misdemeanor arrests happened while he was in custody in Denver's jail, 1 for punching an inmate while grabbing his private area. The very next day, he was arrested for putting a woman in a chokehold and then punching her. Then later in August, he was arrested for shattering a glass door in the jail. These cases are still pending, and we see in the court record he was released from jail to a state mental health program called Bridges. On its website, the program says Bridges facilitates collaboration between the criminal justice and mental health systems by partnering with providers, courts, and often families to provide wraparound care for participants. And that is not all. We've also learned the suspect here spent approximately 4 months in the state's prison system after he stole a woman's purse in Adams County and also caused damage at the Adams County Detention Center. In the meantime, still a lot of questions about his background. Maybe some of those questions will be answered at a press conference at 5 o'clock with the Denver Police Department and the mayor, expected to happen here a few blocks down here on the 16th Street Mall. Live in Denver, Jeremy Hahola, 9 News.
We have so many questions, Jeremy, and a lot of people, of course, wondering about security on the 16th Street Mall. That's going to be addressed, no doubt. But when you mention wraparound care, we're wondering, like, you know, who is responsible for tracking somebody like this?
That's a big question that we have for this agency called Bridges. What kind of supervision was this man under? It does say on their website that they help people integrate into society, maybe go through family services, maybe go to a facility. Who knows? Who knows what was going on with this guy over the past few months?
Yeah, a lot to trace and find out and track what happened. It's a tragedy all the way around when we think about those 2 people that lost their lives. So thank you, Jeremy.
Today, most everyone woke up to some pretty cold temperatures out of DIA. It got down to 17 at around 4 a.m., which is another good reason not to be at the airport at 4 a.m., unless you really have to be. We are going to go up and down this week. It's going to be an exciting weather week.
Yeah, you know, usually I look forward to Friday.
Yeah.
And I would say, Corey, I'm not looking forward to Friday this week.
Well, I think you're going to like most of Friday. I think we could.
Okay.
We
it's
could
the
get
end of Friday.
Exactly. It's just the finish that's going to be a little rough. We could get up to 45 degrees on Friday. Could be a relatively nice day until the Arctic cold front comes in that we've been tracking. It could get here as early as 5 p.m. It could come late as 10 o'clock. So we'll have to keep an eye on the timing, but we know it's coming. Right out here right now, we had a really nice day with lots of sunshine. That cool, crisp air, though, that kept the temperatures down there below normal, and that will be the same for tomorrow, although we might make it up to 40 tomorrow. Right now on satellite, we see a little bit of cloud cover moving in from the northwest. We're expecting a little bit of few snow showers in the high country, mostly in the northern mountains. Not too impactful as far as accumulation goes. We'll take you to the next couple of days here in Denver, centered around the National Western Stock Show. 40 degrees tomorrow as a high temperature. Still a little cool, crisp in the air tomorrow, but Wednesday we'll start to actually feel it warm up, and then we'll get into the 50s on Thursday. So that warm day on Thursday is part of our headlines. The Arctic cold front, we're still tracking the timing of that, most likely Friday night at some point, and then we're looking at extreme cold all through the weekend into Monday morning, also with a dash of snow in there, most likely on Saturday. I'll talk about all that coming up in the forecast.
All right, thanks, Corey. A travel alert for tomorrow. CDOT will be closing eastbound lanes of I-70 near East Vale. Crews will be doing a vehicle recovery operation. The closure starts at 9 o'clock tomorrow, is expected to take a minimum of 6 hours. CDOT says the detour using Highway 24 could add an extra 90 minutes to your drive.
We've been seeing firefighters from Colorado making it to California, including Denver firefighters now on the ground. Their team sharing this video of when they got to the front lines of the Palisade fire. West Metro Fire's Brush 9 crew also got there today. They'll be assigned to working to protect several thousand threatened structures. Of course, the winds continue to be a threat as far as those fires there.
Today we learned at least 24 people have died. NBC's Jennifer Bjorklund is in the Pacific Palisades area with the latest.
An errand of sadness where just the tiniest find of anything recognizable offers hope.
There's not much that I found here. All I have is like this bag, a lemon, some metallic sprinkler heads just to make my 89-year-old mother feel better, that I salvaged them.
Fire blasted through the Palisades where no one expected it. They left for work Tuesday. Hours later, found out from neighbors or from their doorbell cameras, their homes were gone.
This was the safe part of the Palisades. You know, we're no flood zone, no, fire zone. This was State Farm had just, re-upped our insurance because we were in a safe area. So we didn't expect this at all.
And it isn't over. Help is coming in from all directions. A drone-damaged super scooper from Canada will rejoin the fleet in the sky on Tuesday. And dozens of Mexican firefighters from the Federal Fire Team and the Mexican Army joining the front lines of the Palisades fire this morning after getting training all weekend at March Air Reserve. And while the work continues to contain the fire before the wind kicks up again, the grid search on the ground for hazards and remains of those still missing.
Please be patient with us. People are saying, I just want to go look at my house and I want to see what's left. We know that, but we have people literally looking for the remains of your neighbors. Please be patient with us.
Patience with the work to be done and the wind to potentially add more destruction to a scope already unimaginable. Jennifer Bjorklund, NBC News, Pacific Palisades.
If you would like to help, we're working with the Red Cross to raise money, donations for survivors of those wildfires. Just scan the QR code on your screen or text CA Wildfires to 90999, and that will direct your donation to the wildfire relief.
Today marks 1 week until the inauguration of President-elect Trump. Before then, more than a dozen Trump nominees are going to be questioned in Senate confirmation hearings. Republicans now hold 53 Senate seats. That means nominees could only lose the support of 2 GOP members and still find themselves confirmed if all Democrats were to vote no. As far as the inauguration itself, a full dress rehearsal was held yesterday. This marks the 60th presidential inauguration. Police agencies in Washington say nearly 4,000 officers from across the nation will be helping to provide security next week. With the Broncos season now over, today was the traditional locker room cleanout day. And we also learned a lot about rookie quarterback Bo Nix. Nix told our Broncos insider Mike Kliss that he played through a pretty serious back issue during 2 games this season. He actually suffered a few small vertebral fractures during the Raiders game in Las Vegas in Week 12. Never missed a snap. Played the next Monday night against Cleveland as well, and said the issue went away pretty quickly.
I had a little, transverse process fracture in my back, but that week got treatment and kind of made it through to that week. Monday Night Football, it was a stretch that we were all kind of banged up, and you know, I wasn't going to miss the first Monday night game. So I got treatment on it, and then we were fortunate to have an off week that next week, and you know, kind of went away after that.
I was talking about it with mental health. You never know what someone else is going through.
Right.
All the football and hockey injuries, you never really know what
You
they're
never
all
really
about.
know what they're playing with, right?
I think some small fractures in your back would be tough to do anything, much less play a professional football game.
Yeah. Yeah.
And play well.
And play well for 2 weeks. And yeah, you get that bye week, but that doesn't just go away.
No, a transverse process fracture, I mean, if you look it up, is like 4 to 8 week recovery.
Yeah.
Except you don't have 4 to 8 weeks that time of year in football. So we'll be joining Mike Kliss a little bit later on to talk much more about the Broncos and the future of the players and the coaches coming up.